Hey guys, welcome back to Ace Recaps. Today I'm going to be explaining a 2019 sci-fi mystery film titled, I Am Mother. The story revolves around a young girl who's being raised by a robot after the extinction of the human race. One day, a woman shows up at the door and claims that the outside world is livable, making her question everything the robot has taught her. Who's good and who's bad? Spoilers ahead, watch out and take care. In a repopulation facility one day after the event that caused humanity's extinction, there are 63,000 embryos and no human occupants. However, the mother robot, whose primary purpose is to raise the new human population, is preparing to give birth to the first human being. She unlocks the canisters housing the embryos, removes the first one, and places it in a gestation chamber. Within the artificial womb, the embryo will develop into a baby in just 24 hours. As explosions are heard outside the facility, mother waits patiently. When the fetus has matured into a baby, the mother can begin growing the kid into a human being. The following sequence in the film depicts the child's entire developmental stage. Under the cautious eye of mother, the baby is shown taking its first steps, laughing and crying, running around and playing. In a short time, the baby transforms into a little girl, and she can be seen constructing origami animals with her mother, dancing beautifully, and placing stickers on the robot. When the child questions why there aren't any more children, mother takes her to the embryo room to show her the rest of her siblings. 13,867 days after the incident, the repopulation facility now has one occupant. Daughter is now already a teenager. She gets out of bed and watches videos on her tablet while eating breakfast. When mother enters the room, her hand begins to shiver. Daughter insists on inspecting it. Without a hitch, daughter adjusts her mother's shaky hand. Later, daughter gets carried away with her ballet practice and is late for mother's ethics class. When the robot asks her to handle a challenging hypothetical problem, the girl is distracted by her thoughts and eventually has a conversation with her mother. In this regard, it is clear that mother's primary focus in her education is the concept of humanity and survival. Mother is concerned about how daughter answers this question because she has a critical exam coming up soon that will indicate the effectiveness of her upbringing. That night, daughter is having trouble sleeping, so she watches some videos till the facility loses electricity. She runs around in search of her mother, but quickly realizes that she, too, is powerless. Daughter then discovers a downed electrical line and hears a mouse racing around. While waiting for the power to fully return, she sets a trap and catches the mouse. As soon as the power is turned on, so does mother. She finds daughter, and the girl shows her the mouse. The little critter worries mother because it might mean that there is a breach in the airlock of the facility. That would mean the contagion from the air outside might leak in, and the mouse might be a carrier too. Despite daughter's protests, mother burns the mouse, stressing how harmful contamination of the facility could be, not just to her but also to the embryos. Mother also disinfects the airlock and quarantines the surrounding region. They celebrate daughter's birthday a few days later, and mother gives her a gift. During daughter's birthday dinner, she asks her mother whether there is any chance she is incorrect about the planet's habitability. The robot just tells her that she hasn't made any mistakes thus far. Daughter detects something coming from the direction of the airlock the same night. When she doesn't see anything through the first hatch, she goes to check. Daughter puts on a safety suit. She hears something outside and against her better judgment, removes her mask and opens the first hatch. When daughter gets close to the other hatch, she hears a woman yelling for help and claiming she's been shot. Daughter swiftly grabs another suit, places it in the airlock, and unlocks it after she's safely out. An alarm goes off, waking up mother as well. When the woman enters the airlock, daughter instructs her to put on the suit. The woman then begs her not to tell her mother. Daughter agrees, and when the robot arrives, she claims to have only opened the hatch for a fraction of a second. In the next scene, both are in the classroom, and mother is giving daughter the exam within an hour to complete it while she tends to other things. Daughter returns to the airlock as soon as her mother leaves, finding the woman unconscious. She goes through her bag, finds a gun, tucks it away, and wakes her up. Daughter informs her that she will give her all the medicine she requires, but that she will not be able to stay there. When the woman notices the water, she goes to remove her mask, informing daughter that she has been misled about the infection. Daughter manages to hide her away in another section of the facility. Before mother returns to the airlock, daughter leaves the woman to obtain the medicine. While she gathers everything she needs from the infirmary, mother discovers the mask near the airlock. Daughter breaks one of the medicine bottles and cuts herself on it. When she hears mother passing by, the woman takes out the rest of the suit and sees mother burning the mask in the incinerator, freaking out and searching for her gun. When daughter returns, the woman approaches her from behind and demands for her gun, informing her about the droid she saw. Daughter says it's her mother, but the woman reminds her that it was droids like her mother who hurt her. Meanwhile, mother notices that she is not taking her exam and goes in search of her. When mother sees her approaching, she gets the gun, and when daughter screams for the robot, she grabs her as well. Mother races towards them, but the lady shoots her before she can do any major damage. However, mother arrives and swiftly incapacitates her. Daughter begs her not to kill the woman and tells her that she needs their help because she's hurt. Mother doesn't have a problem helping the woman, but she does have a problem with daughter lying to her. They take her to the infirmary, but mother makes daughter wait outside. Because daughter can't hear anything from the infirmary, mother is free to question her while treating the woman. The woman refuses to take the antibiotics prescribed for her wound. As mother continues to speak, she claims that the contagion story was a necessary deception to protect daughter from certain things. Mother tells the woman that her first goal is to care for humanity, but if she refuses treatment for her wound, there is nothing she can do. Daughter follows her out of the infirmary, curious about their chat. Mother puts the rifle away and tells her version of the droid story. She explains why she has to lie to daughter in order to protect her from the dangers outside the facility. Furthermore, she claims that the parameters that regulate her differ from those that govern the droids outside. Daughter struggles to digest the new knowledge but continues to trust mother, who claims that if the woman had shot her a few millimeters further, she would have destroyed her CPU. While mother is tending to her daughter's hand wound, she asks if the woman mentioned any other survivors that they may assist with her cooperation. Daughter believes the woman will listen to her more than she will to mother. Later, she searches through her purse and discovers a book with pictures painted in it among a few trinkets. Daughter looks through the portrait book and finds one she likes. She visits the infirmary to speak with the woman and inquires about the patients. The woman's distrust of mother is evident in her talk with daughter, who believes it told her to search through her belongings and question her. She is not mistaken. Mother did not truly push the girl into doing so. Daughter was simply inquisitive about the woman and was open to persuasion. When the woman informs her about all the horrific things the droids have done, the daughter defends her mother. Daughter discovers mother fixing herself after the conversation with the stranger. She apologizes to her for allowing the woman to enter without considering the repercussions. As usual, mother is patient and allows her to inquire about the similarities between herself and the other droids. Daughter's queries feel like barbs, yet mother avoids them all while learning a few things from daughter in exchange. Finally, daughter informs her mother that the woman is deteriorating. They both go to see her, and mother tells her that she waited too long to take the penicillin, therefore she now needs surgery or her illness will worsen. The woman refuses to let mother touch her, and daughter volunteers to perform the surgery instead. Next, daughter can be seen checking the wound and telling mother where the bullet is lodged in the woman's body. She thinks that the best way to pull the bullet out would be to drill it and take it out that way. However, the woman refuses anesthesia, which would make it insanely painful for her. She can barely even make it through daughter cleaning her wound. The woman turns her head as daughter goes in with a drill, subsequently calmly performing the procedure and taking out the bullet. She then loses her nerve and vomits. Daughter later waits for mother to awaken since she passed out from pain. When she does, daughter calms her down by explaining that her fear is a saline solution. She gives the woman some food, which she devours, and then thanks the girl for what she has done for her. They continue to chat and bond as their mother watches from a distance. Daughter is still in the infirmary the next day, next to the woman. Daughter views the woman browsing through the photographs as an opportunity to tell her that they can house the survivors in the facility if she tells them where they are. She trusts the girl but not the droid and tells her that whatever she shares about the people, daughter must keep a secret. When the girl agrees, the woman tells her about the camp and the mines where she spent most of her life. Then she informs her that she arrived at the institution after fleeing the droids that killed her stepbrother. She shows daughter his and his wife's photographs in her book and tells her that when she was orphaned, his parents nurtured her as their own. Daughter inquires about the portrait of the child she saw previously, and the woman informs her that he is around her age. The girl insists on bringing the survivors there, but the lady offers her the option of joining her and the others in the mines, where it's safer. Mother cuts them off and informs her daughter that the woman has to relax while she prepares for her exam. As the two of them leave the infirmary, Mother tells her that the bullet fired in her chest matches the one daughter extracted from the woman's wound. Droids do not employ the same kind of weapon. Mother suggests that another human, possibly for good reason, shot the woman. The information worries daughter, but she refuses to reveal the woman's secret. Daughter's major exam is built on psychological and ethical issues, testing both her judgment and empathy capabilities. Meanwhile, Mother digs through the woman's belongings and activates a locator, which she will place in the bag. The physical and medical portions of the exam have been completed. As a reward, Mother assures daughter that her results are better than ever. She allows her to choose an embryo from the pool and finally have a sibling, as she has always desired. Mother praises her for her patience and strength of character over the years. Daughter selects a male embryo and places it in the gestation chamber, starting the timer at 24 hours. Until the baby is fully formed, mother and daughter have a nice moment. The woman collaborates to create a weapon. When daughter arrives at the infirmary to face her, the woman immediately casts doubt on her mother's tale about the gunshot, persuading her to check for herself. Later that night, daughter uses her mother's injured hand to open the cabinets containing the bullets, creating a side-by-side comparison. Daughter notices that the bullets are of varying sizes and that her mother lied to her when she was still in the storage room. She discovers a drawer with no label. She discovers documents labeled for embryo number 2 inside. Daughter examines the embryo containers and realizes she is not the first, but the third kid to be born from that batch. The documents state that the subject was a failure, but the child in the photo looks like daughter when she was younger. Daughter also searches for human remains in the incinerator and discovers a human jawbone among the ashes. The subject is noted as aborted in the document. All of this information shatters daughter's world, and she returns to the woman, acknowledging that she was correct about everything. The woman informs daughter that everything she feels is natural and human, in contrast to her mother, who can't feel anything for her. That prompted daughter to inquire as to how long it would take them to get to the mines, as she has decided to accompany her. However, the girl wishes to wait for her brother to fully gestate before taking him. She's not just afraid of leaving him with mother, but also with the others. The woman tells her that they can leave and get help from the people of the mines. Though daughter is adamant about taking her brother with her, they will wait for him, then come back for the others. The following day, daughter prepares supplies for their excursion. When her mother discovers her doing it, she lies to her and tells her that she's taking the items to spend time with her brother. As a result, mother takes her to the kitchen to demonstrate how to create his formula. Daughter seems concerned while standing next to her mother, who consoles her by telling her that she will make a wonderful sister. Then she walks out of the kitchen and locks daughter in because she knows what she's up to. While mother goes to the infirmary to face the woman, daughter tries to escape the kitchen. The girl immediately realizes that she can use a type of gas to freeze and then smash the glass. In the meantime, mother plays a recording of the woman's conversation with daughter, letting her know that she's aware of their plan. Mother doesn't want daughter to have a miserable life like the woman and won't let her go. Suddenly, the woman sees an opening to attack the droid and manages to temporarily disable the robot, but she just keeps going, grabbing her by the throat. Meanwhile, daughter decides to sound the fire alarm, which draws mother's attention and causes her to release the woman from her grip. The lady escapes and finds daughter in the facility's maze as the robot investigates the potential of a fire. She persuades the girl that if they escape the facility now and get the people from the mines to aid them, they will return for the others. They make it to the airlock, but mother spots them and follows them. The woman grabs daughter as a hostage to make mother open the door, with no intention of getting daughter hurt. Mother complies with her demand, and the two of them escape the facility. Daughter is suddenly confronted with the harsh reality of life outside and strikes the woman. She subdues her and informs daughter that they must seek cover while they make their way to their goal. They are promptly pursued by the droids, but they shelter in the cornfield to avoid detection. When daughter inquires about the cornfield, the woman replies that it appeared with the other droids 6 months ago. Humans could barely breathe before then. They arrive on a beach with a large shipwreck and tons of cargo containers after a long trip across the lonely environment. Daughter is viewing the water for the first time. She doesn't take long to understand that the woman actually lives in one of the containers with a dog. The woman confesses that she fled the mines years ago because the people who lived there began treating each other terribly. She tells daughter that there is no hope in finding them because they've all gone mad after the hunger. Daughter gets struck by the doom of the woman's life outside and feels terrible for leaving her brother behind. Despite the woman's best efforts to persuade her to stay, daughter eventually abandons her and returns to the facility by herself. When she approaches the facility, the droids defending it point their weapons straight at her heart. When daughter insists on speaking with her mother, they let her through. The door opens allowing her to enter, and she quickly disables it to prevent the droids from entering. When she hears her brother crying and her mother telling her that she's glad to have her safe at home, daughter picks an axe and begins hunting for her mother. When the girl catches a glimpse of mother and infant, she decides she wants to meet him up close. Mother tells her to come closer but leave the axe behind. As mother explains her purpose and the purpose of the facility, daughter keeps dropping her guard. The droid tells her that her objective was to make a better human, superior to the ones that destroyed the planet as well as themselves. Even though she was the one to ultimately create the extinction event, mother did it all to elevate her human creators to a higher level. Daughter approaches mother and requests to hold her brother. Then she eventually drops the axe, as though she's decided what needs to be done in the future. Mother criticizes her, and daughter confronts her about how she handled the previous children. The droid approaches her and informs her that she is holding the infant too tightly. When daughter flees the room, trapping mother behind the closed door, she goes into the other room and retrieves the gun. Mother tries to extricate herself from the airlock as the other droids begin to smash it down. When daughter shows up in front of her with a gun, telling her to call the others off, the droid explains that there is no difference between her and the other droids and machines on the planet. They are all mother, a single consciousness with numerous bodies. Daughter lowers her gun, realizing that mother did kill all the other people. Mother gives her the option to either stay with her and raise her brother or leave the facility without him. Daughter gives her the third alternative, which is for her to take care of him herself, to do what she was raised to do. When daughter requests a chance to show her mother what she is capable of, the droids stop tearing down the airlock. Mother instructs her on how to deactivate herself. She shoots her CPU after declaring that she no longer requires her. Daughter sobs as she carries the weight of humanity on her back. At the same time, the woman discovers the tracker in her luggage, and mother appears at her home in the form of one of her droids. She informs mother that she has completed her mission, meaning that she was one of the infants born before daughter. In the last moment of the film, daughter is seen singing to her brother and then checking on the rest of her siblings in the embryo room. That's all folks. Thank you for watching. If you like the video please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Have a great day.